Welcome to the training video demonstrating Insight's Ethernet-based MC Protocol communications capabilities. MC Protocol communications enable Insight to communicate with Mitsubishi PLCs. In this video, I will demonstrate how quickly and easily you can set up Insight to read and write data using MC Protocol with EasyBuilder. I will use Insight Explorer 4.3 software and Mitsubishi's GX Developer to set up MC Protocol communications. This video will show how to exchange data between Insight and a Mitsubishi PLC using Ethernet-based MC Protocol. It will also show how to monitor the data in both Insight Explorer and GX Developer. The setup is done in 4 separate steps. First, we will set up a Vision application. Second, we will configure MC Protocol communication settings in EasyBuilder and select the data to read and write. Third, we will set up MC Protocol communication in Mitsubishi's GX Developer software. And fourth, we will monitor the data in both Insight Explorer and GX Developer. The first step is setting up the Vision application. First, I'll set up an Insight application that can send X, Y, and angle data to the PLC. I'll add a PatMax tool to the job. The rotation tolerance for PatMax is set to plus or minus 15 degrees. This application will require greater rotation than that. Instead of setting this value here, I'll use MC Protocol to read this value from the PLC. We'll also set up communication to write the X, Y, and angle results of PatMax to the PLC. In the second step, we will set up MC Protocol communications in EasyBuilder. In the communication step, I simply select the device that I want to talk to from the list. I'll choose a Mitsubishi PLC and select MC Protocol Communication. I'll input the IP address of the PLC that I want to communicate with. The host port is set to 3000. I'll use that value. Now, I will select the type of device to read from the PLC. I'll select a data register and input the offset of 120. I'll select the type of device I want to write to. I'll choose data register here also and input an offset of 100. In the Format Output Data tab, I can select the items to send to the PLC. I'll press the Add button and select each of the values that I want to output, which are the X, Y, and angle values of PatMax. In the Format Input Data tab, I can add values to read from the PLC. I'll choose rotation tolerance so my PLC can set the amount of rotation that PatMax will use to find the part. I can leave the data type as a 32-bit integer, or I can choose a different data type. I'll choose a 32-bit float. In the third step, we will set up MC Protocol communications in GX Developer. Now, I'll use GX Developer to set up the PLC to communicate over MC Protocol. First, I select Network Parameters and bring up the communication settings. I'll select Ethernet for the network type, set the starting I/O and the station information. Next, I'll open the Operational Settings dialog box. I'll make sure that the PLC's IP address is the same one that I entered in EasyBuilder. Binary code is selected, and I'll select Always Wait for the timing option. I'll select the Enable Write at Runtime option and press End to accept. Next, I'll select the Open Settings dialog box. I'll set the protocol to TCP and change the Open System parameter to Unpassive. I'll set the host station port to 3000, which is what I used in EasyBuilder, and press End to accept. I'll press End again to accept the network parameter changes, and then I will write these changes to the PLC. Once I've written to the PLC, I'll reset the PLC to have the PLC use the new settings. Now that the Vision application is set up and communication is configured in EasyBuilder and the PLC, we will monitor the data exchange in both Insight Explorer and GX Developer. I'll use the Batch Monitor to look at the data that Insight and the PLC are communicating. I set up Insight to write to D100 and read from D120, so I'll stop my monitoring at D100. I will set the value of D120 to 180. Insight will read this value at the first inspection and set the PatMax rotation to plus or minus 180 degrees. I'll put Insight into run mode and trigger Insight to inspect. Insight will now use the MC Protocol communication settings. Looking at the Format Input Data tab, I can see Insight has read the new value of 180. The rotation tolerance of PatMax has been updated to plus or minus 180 degrees. With GX Developer, I can see that the PLC has read the PatMax angle, X, and Y values from Insight. As I trigger Insight, I can look at the results in EasyBuilder and GX Developer Update with each inspection. In this video, I've shown how easy it is to set up Insight to communicate with a Mitsubishi PLC using Ethernet-based MC Protocol. We set up Insight to write X, Y, and angle results and read a PatMax rotation tolerance from the Mitsubishi PLC and use GX Developer to monitor the results. Thanks for watching.